Hello, my name is Aditi Gautam from the course iTech from Indira Gandhi National Open University. So, I'm going to talk about a book named School is Dead by Everett Reimer, and this book was published in 1971. School is Dead Alternative in Education. It is a scathing critique of the traditional school system. Reimer argues that schools as they are currently structured, are incapable of providing a meaningful education and, in fact, perpetuate social inequality. Here are some of the key points of Reimer's critique. Schools are standardized and bureaucratic, which stifles creativity and critical thinking. Schools are age segregated, which isolates children from the real world and prevents them from learning from adults and other children of different ages. Um, Schools are based on competition and grading, which creates a pressure cooker environment that is harmful to children's emotional and intellectual development. Mm. Schools reinforce social class by sorting children into tracks based on their perceived ability, and which limits the opportunity and perpetuates social inequalities. So here are some of the key points of Reimer's argument. First is schools are not necessary for learning. People can learn just as well, if not better, outside of school. Second is schools reinforce social inequality. They sort students into different tracks based on their ability and background, and this leads to unequal opportunities in later life. Third one is school stifle creativity. They focus on the rote memorization and standardized testing, which leaves no room for creativity or independent thinking. Fourth one is schools fail to prepare students for the real world. They teach students things that they will never need to know, and they fail to teach them the skills they need to succeed in the 21st century economy. Reimer's book is a thought-provoking read that will change your assumptions about education, whether you agree with his conclusion or not. It is a valuable resource for anyone who is interested in thinking about how we can improve education for all. Thank you. So, Reimer does not simply criticize the traditional school system, he also proposes a number of alternatives, including deschooling, which would involve eliminating compulsory schooling and allowing children to learn at their own pace in a variety of settings. Second is individualized learning, which would provide tailored instruction to meet the needs of each child. Third is community based education, which would connect children to their communities and allow them to learn through real world experiences. However, his critique of the traditional school system remains relevant today, and his ideas about alternative form of education continue to inspire educators and parents around the world. So here are some of the key arguments that Reimer makes in School is Dead. Schools are authoritarian institutions that stifle creativity and critical thinking. They impose a rigid curriculum and grading system that discourages students from asking questions and exploring their own interest. Schools reinforce social inequalities. Students from wealthier families are more likely to succeed in schools than students from poorer families. This is because schools are designed to benefit the ruling class. Schools prepare students for a world that no longer exists. The skills that school teach are often outdated and irrelevant to the need of the modern economy. Here are some of the Key points of Reimer's argument. First one is schools are not necessary for learning. People can learn just as well, if not better, outside of school. Second is schools reinforce social inequality. They sort students into different tracks based on their ability and background.